Sometimes people do things they're not supposed to, like put their hands in a wild animal's mouth or provoke an animal until the animal reacts. Have you ever seen a camel eat a person's hair? What about a turkey chase a woman in the middle of the street? If you want to see some lucky people saved by the bell, sit down and watch as we count down the luckiest people filmed on camera.
He's just a baby. Whoa! I told you, don't get your hand near that mouth, dude.
Number 15. Horse. Horses are not always easy to handle, and in this first video, watch how this buckling bronco coming out of the gate tries desperately to rid itself of the rider. And when that doesn't work, it bites the rider's legs with the rider abandoning and falling to the ground. It could have been a lot worse. The horse seems to find it very amusing. In this next video, the horse trainer shows people how to deal with aggressive horses. You can see the horse bite him and let him go, and that's because it's a training session. But if this was a real situation, maybe the horse wouldn't let go. In the next video, this young man follows this horse and gets one hell of a back kick in the chest that sends him flying. I hope this kid is okay. This man is kneeling next to a West Virginia biting horse, and when the man is momentarily ignoring the horse, that's when it tries biting the man's finger. But fortunately, the man is able to remove his hand from the horse's grasp. Finally, this poor kid gets too close for comfort and gets kicked in the leg by this horse. It could have been a lot worse, and the kid may have died if it had been kicked in the head. Why people let young children like that get so close to a horse boggles my mind. Number 14. Bull. When an angry bull charges towards you, the best thing to do is get out of the way, especially when you're sitting at a table playing poker like these fellas. Watch the bull go right through the table and ruin their game of cards. In the next video, a loving mother cow helps a friend protect her newborn calf after losing her baby to the dairy industry. Let's honor mothers and babies' bonds by eating a dairy-free vegan diet. I honestly like seeing the cow trample this individual, but hey, that's just me. I honestly don't understand what this ridiculous game is. A bunch of cowboys sitting at a table in the middle of a bull ring waiting for a bull to destroy them. What will humans think of next? Too bad the bull didn't ram one of the cowboys into the posterior. It would have been fun to watch. Seriously, this has to be one of the most mindless games I have ever seen. Finally, in this video, a man is attacked by a furious bull in the middle of a small deserted rural road. The bull comes to a halt in front of the lone pedestrian and attacks him. The man tries to hide from the terrifying animal attack, but it is in vain as the bull continues to pounce on him. The bull is repeatedly shown flinging and dashing into the victim. Residents were terrified because of the incident. Who wouldn't be? Number 13. Goose. This first video is about a goose that loves its owner. It will defend the relationship it has with its owner at all costs. Whoever comes close will be attacked by this goose, as you can see in this clip. Once it has taken care of business, it goes back to chill with the members of its flock. In our next video, this goose seems to have taken a certain liking to this lady and tries to hang on to her, displaying her love for the lady. But the lady thinks otherwise, and she is becoming hysterical over the fact that the goose will not let go. Meanwhile, the husband is hitting the goose like a little girl hoping to scare it away. The goose must be asking itself, why is this guy petting me when I'm biting his wife? Next, a man has a goose wrapped around his leg, but he doesn't seem too nervous about it. He eventually runs inside the house, freeing himself from the feathered assailant. Finally, this woman tries to help these goslings get over the curb. But the minute she touches the babies, the parents go nuts and try to attack her. The woman backs off momentarily. However, she is determined to help the little ones and finally manages to drop them on the sidewalk so they can join her parents. That's what I call a good Samaritan. Number 12. Camel. Camels are not overly aggressive, but tell this to the woman in our first video. She is trying to take a selfie with this camel when the camel stares at her for a few seconds before trying to bite her head off. The woman is able to avoid the bite by reacting quickly, moving her head away from the camel, but it still must have been a frightening experience. This next video shows this TV announcer get a quick hair fix by her hairdresser who happens to be a camel. The camel tries to put a little order in her announcer's hair, but I think it overdoes it. It looks like camels like the taste of hair, as this next camel bites a chunk of her hair from this lady's head. That must hurt. The camel seems to appreciate the taste of hair as it munches on it. Finally, this camel sticks its head inside a car and makes this lady go hysterical. The camel is only exploring the car and must be wondering why this woman is going nuts. That's enough for the camel to bite her head off, just to shut her up. What I don't understand is why does one leave the window open in a zoo when the one is so frightened of animal? And that's just a camel. Imagine if it was a lion. Number 11. Fish. People like to hold fish they catch before they either eat them or throw them back into the water. Watch this guy holding a small shark and trying to pose with the shark when the shark suddenly turns around and tries to bite him. Shocked, the man drops the shark on the floor. Next, a man fishing with his arm hanging over the dock has a huge fish bite his arm and won't let go. This is like a scene from a movie as the man swings the big fish under the dock and the battle continues. Where's Aquaman when you need him? The fish is tenacious and swings from side to side as if it wants to tear the man's arm off. But the man fights like a true gladiator until it finally frees itself from this monster. Finally, this woman has her hand bitten by a large tuna fish, but is capable of removing her hand before too much damage is done. She seems to be in excruciating pain, and that's the reason I like my tuna in a can. Number 10. Crocodiles and alligators. Crocodiles aren't really on the lookout for humans. They're obviously vicious hunters, but they're also opportunistic predators. Any moving animal is fair game. They will also go on land in search of prey. They will not discriminate if that warm-blooded animal happened to be a human. Hundreds of crocodile attacks on humans occur each year in Africa alone. Many occur in small towns and are not widely publicized. Depending on the species, anywhere from a third to half of them are fatal. However, it's one thing to be attacked by a crocodile when you're not looking for it, but it's another when you go looking for it. In this first video, this man is taking photographs of a huge crocodile as it gets closer and closer to him. People are yelling at the man to warn him of the danger, but the idiot stays there to capture the moments. I hope someone captures the moment when the crocodile bites this guy's head off for being so careless. The guy waits until the last second to move, when the crocodile is almost in his pants. Someone throws something at the crocodile to distract it, and it works. In this next video, this man tries to fend off a crocodile with a stick, but the reptile manages to bite the man's foot, and the man is lucky it doesn't lose a toe. Or maybe he did. Next, how dumb does one have to be to put his head inside a crocodile's mouth? Seriously, I don't feel sorry for this moron. What is wrong with these people? A crocodile is a lizard, and lizards do not usually show any empathy. They don't have any feelings and will decapitate you if they can. This next clip concerns an alligator and not a crocodile, but we had to show it to you nonetheless. Watch how this man tries to handle this alligator in his backyard when the alligator turns on him. The man was incredibly lucky to walk away from this scrap without any major injuries. Finally, another genius is in the water with a crocodile. I don't know what this guy expects. I mean, does he think the crocodile will ask him to go skinny dipping? Obviously, the crocodile has one intention in mind, and it's to eat the man, and that's exactly what it tries to do. Number 9. Ostrich. Ostriches don't only run fast, they can also trample a human with ease. Watch this man as he tries to control this aggressive ostrich. The man was covered in ostrich head with some sort of blanket, so the ostrich can't see its surroundings, and he holds its neck down until some help arrives. But when that happens, another man holds the ostrich so the guy can jump over the fence back to safety. The cover is removed from the ostrich's head, and the ostrich stares at the guy as totally pissed off. This woman reluctantly feeds this ostrich on the road. The ostrich isn't aggressive and just wants the food in the paper bag as long as it's getting it. I think the lady is safe. However, the ostrich wants the entire bag for itself now, and just snatches it from the woman who giggles in fear. I don't know about this, but why is this guy feeding these ostriches with his back turned to them? That's a great way of getting your head bitten. Nothing happens and the ostriches enjoy a quick meal, but these are the types of things that make you say, In this next video, this man is chased by the biggest bird in the world and he's lucky to get out of it without any serious injuries. It's all fun and games till someone dies of their carelessness. Now, this man gets trampled by an ostrich and the ostrich isn't kidding around. Some men help him out by scaring the ostrich away, but I'm sure the man still came out of this ordeal with a few bruises. Finally, why do people afraid of animals go to the zoo to feed them? Is this some kind of masochistic fantasy I don't know about? Why offer it if you're scared? Go figure. Number 8. Monkeys. Baboons are no pushovers, and you can see what I mean in this first video when this lone baboon attacks this man. It's obvious the baboon smelled food and wanted a piece of the action. In the next sequences, you can see baboons and other monkeys running full speed towards people and knocking them down. I guess it's one of their favorite pastimes. If I didn't know better, I'd think some of these monkeys were trained ninjas. If there wasn't a window separating this man from this baboon, I don't think this man would be smiling the way he is. The baboon is furious because it can't touch the man. Our next clip shows a couple getting out to take some photos of baboons, but the baboons decide to rip the woman's top off. Afraid, the woman rushes into the car as her husband tries to scare the baboons away. I think the woman got into the car without knowing there was another baboon inside. That's exactly why she gets out of the car again. Finally, check out this monkey trying to scare off this man, but the man growls back at the monkey and the monkey scrams out of there. Number 7. Chicken. Chickens can be violent when it comes time to defending themselves or their chicks. But this chicken has a fit with this little boy for some unknown reason and jumps on him, making the child fall to the ground. Perhaps the child provoked the chicken unintentionally when it made a growling sound. In this next video, some half-rotten eggs were removed from this chicken's nest, and the chicken is not happy, so much so that it bites one of the young boys, making him cry at the process. I don't understand the lady talking to the kids, telling him the chicken is angry, instead of just removing the 2 children from there. Next, this red chicken attacks this young boy, and the boy runs for his life. Not that the chicken would have killed him, but he could have been hurt. Finally, this gigantic chicken jumps up in the air and scares this man away, but between you and me, I think the man overreacted. Number 6. Elephants. This nice elephant is greeting these people with its trunk, but watch how it slugs one of the girls with its trunk and sends her and her phone flying. That was quite an impact. This elephant then tries to grab the cell phone on the ground. I guess I had to make an urgent call. This next clip shows a man applying pressure on this elephant, and for a few seconds, it looks like something he does regularly. But that's until the elephant violently tosses him to the ground. The man seems to be unconscious after the fall. This next man gets a slap from this elephant's trunk and is knocked out instantly. Man, these trunks are powerful weapons. In this video, this elephant puts its trunk through the window and tries to grab this woman to pull her out of the vehicle, but isn't able to do so. The woman is lucky because things could have gone sour. Finally, at a zoo in the United States, a woman was hit in the face while posing for a photo with an elephant. The elephant's massive trunk slammed her in the face and head. Her sunglasses were knocked off her head by the beast, which yanked on her hair. Although she was unharmed, the photo opportunity was lost for the day. Screw the photos and run for your life. Number 5. Turkeys. In our first video, a turkey falls in love with this man when he is lying down. The man threatens the turkey by saying he'll contact the cops, but the bird seems unconcerned. The turkey even stomps on the man's back while fluttering its wings in delight. The lady filming this scene is having the time of her life, laughing out loud. Next, this reporter is taken to the cleansers by this turkey that chases him on the road. Since the man stays away, the turkey decides to attack the reporter's camera instead. Finally, this woman tries protecting her child from these aggressive turkeys. The idiot filming the scene talks about it to his friend, but continues filming instead of helping them out. In a state of panic, the woman grabs her kid and runs into the street with a couple of turkeys chasing her. A few cars arrive on the premises and honk to scare off the big birds, and the end of the clip, we can see the lady running back to her house unharmed. I never thought turkeys could cause such a commotion. Number 4. Giraffe. Giraffes are not aggressive animals, but in this video, this giraffe takes this kid on the ride of his life as it picks him up unintentionally because it wants to swallow a leaf. The kid wasn't hurt and enjoyed a free ride. What more could he ask for? The little boy is having fun feeding these 2 giraffes. Looks like he's giving them french fries, but I'm not sure. If that's the case, the giraffes will probably have indigestion in the morning. But I'm not sure I would let my kid get that close to wild animals, even though there's a fence between them. You never know what can happen. This toddler has a blast feeding these giraffes and almost puts his entire hand inside the giraffe's mouth. Thankfully, the father reacts quickly and takes the child's hand out immediately out of the giraffe's mouth. Better safe than sorry. Number 3. Sea lion. In our first video, this little girl has the scare of her life when the sea lion jumps out of the water and pulls her back into the water. A man immediately jumps into the water to save the girl. Why did the parents of the girl even let her sit on the edge of the ramp with their back turned to the animal? Some things parents do leave me extremely perplexed. In this next video, after being captured and released, this sea lion goes nuts and attacks his captors ferociously. First it hits the man, and then it attacks the dog. Some of the men try to deter it with a high-pressure hose, but the sea lion doesn't seem affected by it. Next, this man tries to take the sea lion's fish, and the sea lion immediately growls at the man and tries to bite him. The man backs off in front of the laughing crowd, who seems to enjoy the moments. Apparently, these sea lions hang around the dock all the time, and these men are used to this kind of behavior from them. Finally, this sea lion attacks the scuba diver by biting his head and trying to pull his mask out, but the sea lion is unsuccessful. Number 2. Tiger. Tigers are extremely powerful apex predators, and putting your hands inside of the mouth of a tiger isn't a great idea. But idiots are born every day, and here's an idiot who does that just for your viewing pleasure. You can hear the tiger making all sorts of noises, and you're just waiting for the moment when this tiger will crush this man's head. Why are people so moronic? I don't care if this tiger is trained or if it's this guy's cousin, it's still a tiger. Boy, this guy is lucky to come out of this with his hand. In our next video, another genius has put his hand on a tiger's cage, but this time the tiger wants to keep the hand as a deposit and it won't let go. This guy is stuck between a rock and a hard place, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to jump into the cage to help him out. Unfortunately, they stopped filming at the part where his hand was ripped out. In this next video, another stupid man feeds a tiger, and the tiger practically rips his hand out, when another man intervenes and hits the tiger with a stick, so the tiger eventually lets go of the man. Because of a stupid man, the tiger had to be hit with the stick. It's so easy to avoid episodes such as this one, but I guess some humans have no clue. This next clip shows a tiger trainer in action. He was actually the body double for Russell Crowe in the movie Gladiator, and he explains how the tiger hurt him badly during a scene in the movie. He says he never takes an attack personally and it's part of his job. I guess some jobs are more dangerous than others. Finally, a tiger attacks its trainers and injures him badly until other members of the crew help out the trainer. The trainer was in serious but stable condition after the incident. When you play with fire, you will eventually get burned. Number 1. Deer. The deer at the zoo appear to be out for a morning stroll when the largest of them charges this man. To protect himself, the guy grabs the deer's antlers, but the deer continues to thrust into him. As he and another man struggle to restrain the deer, the man is hurt and bleeding near his neck and right shoulder. I'm not sure if this is the right technique, but one of the men hits the deer with a shovel in the skull. Finally, the men sit atop of the deer until help arrives. Instead of hitting the deer with a shovel, I don't understand why they didn't just sedate it to calm it down. Aren't these people supposed to be prepared for situations like this? Next, this photographer gets up close and personal with this deer so it can get a few good pictures. But the deer is annoyed and decides to ram into the photographer. No one was hurt during the incident. In our next clip, this priest is attacked by a deer during a church event and suffers a few minor injuries. I guess you're never safe, even when you have God on your side. Finally, in Albert Falls Dam, South Africa, an antelope rams a cyclist competing in a race. A helmet camera captures the animal roaring towards the cyclist before pummeling him as he rides through a field. While the bicycle crashes to the ground, the antelope gallops off towards the horizon without missing a beat. Now that's what I call a collision. We've seen all sorts of close calls in this countdown, but my favorite has to be the elephant slapping the girl in the face. What a knockout that was. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of the luckiest people filmed on camera. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.